Hello everyone, how you doing today? So, I'll be your captain today as we're flying out on this Delta Airlines. That's my echo. Yeah, okay, so I was going to be a little bit more ready for this in terms of pre-planning, but I had to nip over to my neighbours. So I've lost a little bit of time, a little bit of sidetrack, but I've done as much as I can in terms of prep. So we'll see how it goes. Yes, so today's flight is Delta Airlines 2627 flying from Austin, Texas International Airport to Pensacola in Florida. I don't know why I had the thought that Pensacola was in Washington, but it isn't. So, yeah, the flight was reported to have been 1 hour 35, but according to SimBrief, it's going to be 1 hour 55. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and it's going to be around there. It shouldn't be any longer than that, but of course we have to do all the setup work. I've got the flight plan filed and ready to go, so we've got that. Okay, who is with us? So we've got Roger. Hey Roger, I haven't had a look at the new game. No, not seen it yet, but thanks, and I will definitely be checking it out once my brain engages. No, I will. I'll check it out. 2J on top. Hello 2J, welcome to the stream. Andy K, hey Andy, welcome to you sir. And Saberjack69, good evening to you. My original flight plan for today was going to be Edinburgh to Amsterdam, or vice versa. I think Amsterdam to Edinburgh was going to be the original flight, but I figured by the time the stream starts and by the time I get everything set up, it's going to be another night flight. So I wanted to avoid a night flight. I wanted to do a daytime one. And so I thought, okay, forget that, scrap that. So we'll just nip off over to the US or even South America, maybe, and check out. I wanted to do a flight then into St. Martin, you know, the one where you fly right over the people on the beach. But a decent flight there from a decent airport would have been just over 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe. So I canned that idea, and we're doing Austin, Texas to Florida. So here we are then. We have I'm actually in the drone view at the moment. So this is the default airport. It's not any third-party thing or anything like that. And the place we're flying to, which is Pensacola, it's a cool-sounding name. I kind of like that. Yeah, Pensacola is a third-party airport. So we're going to be checking that out as we land. Okay. So I suppose we've got the fuel in there. Look, you can see. Wrong one again. There we go. So the fuel, oh sorry, not fuel. ground power. Fuel goes in the wing. Okay, so here we are on board, cold and dark. I've been trying this out in triple screen as well. It kind of worked, kind of didn't work. I was getting triple screens. The performance was still up there. It wasn't stuttery, but I can't seem to get the angles of the screen properly. It's either you know, the perspective. I think maybe I just need to bring my monitors angled a bit more in, but it's either angled up too much or angled down too much. I can't seem to get the right happy medium on that one. Okay, so let's get the preliminaries done. Let's get this thing switched on and some ground power on at least, and then we can start the ADs, as I call them. Yeah, ADs.
4285 to 50 to St. via TBAT 3.
This is live ATC from Austin, Texas, by the way. Of course, it started because I just powered up the radio. So this is Austin. Oh, sugar! Stop doing that. This is Austin, Texas approach. This is the approach chatter, and yeah, I had to do a quick update of OBS as well before I started. It seems to have a brand new dark mode.
2308 for approach, flighting of 120 vector to final, descending maintain 10,000, 10,000.
Okay, I'm going to leave the chatter off for now until we start getting underway. First thing I want to do is just set up the aircraft with some equipment. Make sure it's got all the bits that I want on it. So bear with me a sec, guys, while I quickly do this. Wow, what a weird thing this is. Okay, I want that. I want the 30 call on. I want the 20 call on. Why they were off, I do not know. Yep. Now the standby instruments. I'm going to put the old ones on, I think. You see, the reason I don't have these on usually is this bloody thing, this standby instrument. Can you hear it? Just ticking the whole time. So it kind of has to go. Right. Okay, the HGS is on. That's good. One day I will try that performance improvement package. Eyebrow windows, no. 2-class layout, yes. Let's have the new style cut-off switches. I'll show you those in a moment. We've got the Wi-Fi antenna on. And window shades we can engage. It's a bright day, so let's put those on. And fail OPA land. What? Okay. Oh, okay. Clear that. Really? Not seen that pop up before. Okay, so I think we've got everything. We've got the new cut-off switches. We've got the window shades. Yep, and not the windows, but we've got the thing. Okay. In VR, this cockpit looks a lot smaller than what I would ever have imagined it to be. Now, for a 737-700, we got only a few passengers today, 89 of them. Now, the other thing I want to load in is these. It's done. It's cold empty. Okay, so what cold empty is, we've got very little fuel on board, like 25%, or a third. We've got a third of a tank of fuel, or a third of a load, whatever. No passengers are on board and no cargo is on board. So we have a cold and empty plane. Okay. I think that is it in terms of equipment. We've got the stairs attached with ground power. Okay, so we need fuel. No. I want a fuel truck. We're going to do it the proper way. So the fuel we want in for today's flight is 6766. I'm just going to go with 68. Oh, we've got more. Okay, so it wasn't empty then. Yeah, that's not correct. It's messing with me. What the hell? Okay, 8.7. There we go. All right, now please, can we have some fuel? and we want 6,800 kilos of fuel. Okay, so we'll get the fuel guy to come, and please tell me that there's no passengers on board. Okay, no cargo. Okay, so we've got 2.2 tons of cargo, so I want to put no, not 10. I want to put half of that. Yeah, you can't do 1.1. That's just not going to work. I don't think. I'm going to put half of it in the front and the other half in the back. Okay, let's request the loaders. I like to give it a couple of seconds. I don't think the carts can arrive until the loaders do anyway. And once the fuel guy is done, well, there's the fuel guy. I don't think he's going to get in the way. It looks like not. So we got the fuel, we got the ground power, and the stairs. And that little bulge on the top, that's your Wi-Fi aerial antenna, shall we say. Okay, let's get the passengers on then, if we haven't done so already. No. Right, 89 passengers then, and we have a double class aircraft today, so we have first class and economy. Now, you'll notice that our target is 89. The stairs are here, but there's no board start. And I don't know why. Do we need to bring the passengers with the bus? Oh, Pepsi Cola. Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it? So the bus is here. I don't know. Because I know how to get the passengers boarded, but it's a screwy way. You need to switch it to jetway, which is bizarre. Oh, it does work when you bring the bus. Well. Yeah, I haven't bought that GSX product. The one where you can see the passengers actually getting on board. I haven't bothered with that. I've heard it's buggy. I mean, it looks nice, it looks great, but I've heard it's buggy, so I don't know, I was put off by it. But GSX will give you proper pushbacks. It'll give you animated passengers coming on board, animated passengers leaving the plane, getting on the bus, and all that stuff. You literally see them walking onto the plane here. It's quite cool. And all the baggage on the outside is handled, it's all animated. Yeah, it looks like the front loader guy, this dude for the back one, can't be on the front because the fuel is here. The only time you get space to put the cart at the front with the fuel truck is with the 737-800, because it's a longer plane and there's enough space. So what we're going to have to do is have a look at the fuel. Okay, he's waiting. We can load the back. Let's take a look at the fuel and see where we are. We're not anywhere. Start fueling. Where's the fuel? Oh yeah, there it is. So we'll start fueling. I should have done that a little while. It won't take long to get the fuel on. Now we can get the front baggage loaded. In the meantime, I think we can begin positioning the aircraft, because it doesn't, as you can see on here, it hasn't got a clue where it is. I'm assuming this is all going to carry on in the background. So let's go to the FMC. I have to come back to it very, very soon because we need to get the baggage in the front. Okay, so the reference airport today is K for America and AUS for Austin. And we are at gate 17, I believe. I remembered this time, not in the database. Cool, well done. Well, we are at gate 17. So let's see, we'll take one of these GPS coordinates that it's picked up and we'll plonk it in there. And as you can see, the instruments have now set. And now if we go to the route and we type in the company route, oh, it's already done the first one. And we're going to go to KPNS. Come on. There we go. And that should activate. Yes, it does. Okay. Now I'm assuming this is the... oh no, it's 17 is not our runway. Jesus. 17 is the runway. Okay. What about, will you accept this? Yeah. Okay, so this is the departure runway then. I always wanted to know that. Yeah, it's this one. We're departing off 18R. It's 17 where we're going to. Okay, so this is where we are in relation to the runway now. Is that right? I don't remember positioning the plane there. I thought we were facing that way. Okay. Right, so now we've done that, I'm going back to the ground services just to see that the fuel and everything is done. I can never remember what page he's on. Okay, he's done, so fuel truck can go. And that should mean that this cart can now come. He's on hold, you see. Okay, the aft one is done, so they can go. They put their baggage in the back, so those guys can bugger off. But we still need the front guy to come, and I don't know where he's coming from. I'm sure he'll pop into existence at some point. But the guys at the back have done their job and they're going home early. Where'd the fuel go? Oh, the fuel guy's on his way, is he? You need to go, mate, because you're holding up front baggage people. Come on. Okay, well, as it says on hold, he won't come until he's ready. So he will come on his own when he's ready to go, but it won't auto start. So I kind of... Oh, here he comes. Oh, collision. Once he gets going with his stuff, we can start sorting out the flight details. For the arrival, which I've already got everything written down. I've got the ILS frequency written down, decision altitude, the runway heading, got it all written down. I just want to make sure that the arrival is correct, which is via Kyleb. Yeah. All right. I'm waiting for this to start. Connecting. And there we go. All right, off you go. Thank you. Now then, the flight plan. Well, we are departing via... Oops, that's not the right place. We are departing via... it's already activated, 18R. And the SID is... I believe there's one further down. That's the one. By Lexi. Okay. Cool. And the arrival, at Pensacola is via... It wanted to bring us in on a different runway, but it didn't have an ILS. It wanted to bring us in on runway 8, but then I changed it to ILS. Ooh, no stars. Okay. If you say so, that's made life a bit easier. Or has it? We have a discontinuity there, we can clear that. And also we have a vector there. I don't like those. So 175 is where we take off, and then we're going to head to Hook on 064, right? Okay, 64. Right being correct, not right being as opposed to left. What's going on here then? Something not right here. Something I don't like. So this is correct. We know we want runway right. So this would be 90 degrees. Yeah, Ilexi 91. Okay, so I'm going to set this heading to 64 then. It might not be right, but we'll figure it out. Altitude is going to be set to the transition altitude of 18,000. The course at the place we're landing at is 169 degrees. That's the angle of the runway that we're going to be landing at. Okay. As for the Mac, we'll have VNAV do that, I'm hoping. Alright. So, flight level today will be something I haven't even looked at. I don't know what we're going to be flying at. Cost index is 17, and the flight level for today will be 37,000 feet. So these two numbers here I do know. Let me just... I'm trying to get a good zoom in on this. There we go. So we're going to be flying at 37,000, and the runway in Pensacola is 121 feet. So I guess that'll do. It's going to have to. It's the closest we have. I think we can start the flows now. Okay, so from the top then, flaps, your damper is on, aft fuel pump on, and we'll start with wing light, anti-collision light. And I think that's going to be it until we get to the APU. So I'm gonna clear the stairs. I believe the passengers should be on board now. So this APU, the generator at the back, will be kicking in. Here she comes. Look at the reflection of the windows here in their tail. Okay, so APU is firing up. It's not quite there yet. We need this needle to come down to around here, and then these lights will kick in, and then we'll be going on to APU power. So in the meantime, let's get rid of everything that's around us. I can do that in one go, as long as I know that everybody's on board and everything is done. All the passengers are in. There's an extra one, stowaway, hostage situation coming up maybe. So he's done, and the carts are done. Okay, so if we remove the chocks, oh, I got to do the APU. Got to do the APU before you do that. Not a problem, just switch it on. Oops. Okay. You have to switch the APU on because because when you remove the chocks, of course, you're also releasing the ground power unit, and we had not gone onto APU yet. I've done that twice now. Yes. Make sure your APU is on and then get rid of everything. And then remove your chocks anyway. Okay, so we're all good. All good, ready to go. Everything should still be set the way it's supposed to be, and it is. Alright, so now we can get the window heat on. And the electrics on here, the probes as well. I'm just making sure that we are ready. Fasten seatbelt sign going on to auto. I'm going to put the taxi and runway lights on now. And I think we're ready to get pushback. I think we're ready. Okay.
Descend and maintain 10,000, 10,000.
Descend and maintain 10,000, got 5788.
Come on. TCAS on. What else? What else have I forgotten? This master caution light should go out when the engines are started. Blah, blah, and blah. This is not populated. Oh, I know why. Because I've missed a step out like I did last time.
Southwest 1365 at Quickie cleared Arnhem Zulu runway 17 right approach.
Quickie clear for the Arnhem.
Oh, that's not right. What the hell? 103.9? No. Sorry. Nope. 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 Wrong. What's gone wrong? Fuel? Fuel is good. Fuel density. What the hell is this thing? Okay.
United 2308 fighting of 150.
That can't be right, guys, can it?
United 2308.
Hey, Gumbo! Good afternoon. A Cessna is easy compared to this, of course. Something is wrong with the weights. It has to be. It's never been this much. According to SimBrief, the gross weight, or the zero fuel weight, where are we? The takeoff weight for us now should be 55 tons, not 155. So I've clearly made a little error somewhere, and it's not on fuel. Let's check payload. 89 passengers. This is measured in kilos, I'm sure. What?
Contact tower 135.3.
Tower 35.3, good morning, Scott 3 direction.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, we're gonna just mess with this a moment.
Down to 5, United States.
Alright, so it's not the cargo. Guys, what the hell? This can't be right.
36, reduce speed 180 knots. 180 knots, count 3936.
I've never seen this before.
Scott 5715, you're following company traffic, 10 to 11 approximately 4 miles at 5,000 feet. It's at Scott 5715. Scott 57.
The plane, it's like it weighs...
30 sir, to top local, Scott 57.
Okay. Alright, let's push on. This is not right, like a single bit, as far as I can tell.
Scott 5492, turn left heading 360. 360, 5492.
But I want to push on here because I want to just check. Yeah, of course it's insufficient fuel. The plane weighs like the size of 20 blue whales. Let me see if we can adjust this manual.
Visual approach, 28 center.
So zero fuel weight expected is 48389. So 48.4. Dudes, gross weight.
Follow your company, cross Virpil at 5,000 and clear the visual approach to 28 center, maintain 180 knots. Cross Virpil 5,000, clear visual to 8 center and 180 knots, guys.
Thank you. That's not quite right, 480. 50, okay. I don't know if that was just a little bug or something, but yeah, something was just really out there. That was very strange. What do we want? We want the weather. When do we want it? I want the air pressure and everything. So let's start filling in. We want the wind and heading, which is nothing. 00000.
11 o'clock, 3 miles at 5,000 feet.
We got him at 5492.
Thanks, I'll give you one more turn to follow.
Oh, man. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
Maintain 7,000, you're at 10,600.
Okay, what's the thing? $3006. For some reason oh, okay, we're in the States, of course. We're not using European values. Metric. So 3006 down here. In inches. See, the Americans use inches, and in Europe it's hectopascals. So this is your air pressure here. Okay, cool. Well, I hope that's right, because if these weights, if the plane thinks it's that heavy, something's not going to go right later on. Okay, now we need to get to RTE and put in the takeoff figures. So I'll know immediately from these V1 speeds if something's a little bit out. Center of gravity is 24.3. So the trim is 4.19. Let's set that.
Approach Scott 5538, 11 descending 8.
Scott 5538, thanks.
4.19 as requested. Wow. Really? Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of passengers on board, really, 89, but they seem pretty low, but okay. Insufficient fuel. Something is not right, guys. I don't know what it is.
12075.
2075 is Takeoff, 170, Takeoff 5492.
Thank you.
It doesn't like... does not like the tie-up between Ah, I know what the insufficient fuel is. Of course. Of course. I didn't go into aircraft displays, did I? So the fuel's in pounds. You know what you are. Okay. The fuel's in pounds, guys, so... Now you're talking. Okay. What are you trying to do to me? Okay, we may need to recalculate center of gravity, and I would have assumed that these would change. The trim has changed. It doesn't want to go back. Okay. I think we have a little bug in this, guys, where some things go... it's the same with the mixture on my Cessnas. It'll go forward in one go, but it won't go back in one go. It's very strange. I'm not sure about these speeds. Oh, yeah, they have changed. Which is kind of weird, because now we've got more fuel in and less. I'm not going to obey those guys. I'm going to go a bit quicker before I pull up. You darn tootin' I will. Something's going to go wrong on this flight, guys. I can picture it. Yeah. Let me check where we are here. Where's the... Okay, here. Yeah, so this is wrong now. There we go. That's the baby. That's what we wanted. Thank you. Verify takeoff speeds. Yes, because I had to come back here and adjust this, because again it was calculated in pounds. This, now I'm happy. Now I'm good. Okay, so RTE takeoff. Yes, thank you. What about this? It's the same. Now the trim has changed to 478. Man, you nightmare. No, this was just me, Von Doodle. It was just me messing up with pounds and kilos. When I was setting up the plane equipment, I forgot to do the fuel conversion. There, in real life, guys, there has been an airline crash killing everybody on board because the engineers or the fuel people outside were given a clipboard and the numbers on the fuel were in thought to be in kilos, but they were in pounds, and so they underfilled the plane and it ran out of fuel. But from here you can see that it's clearly, or either it ran out of fuel or did they overfill? No, I think it ran out of fuel. But it tells you clearly here that, you know, something would be wrong, or there would, like it said, insufficient fuel. Okay, so let's have a look at the flight plan. Just make sure everything is good. It's a very easterly flight plan, and then there's Pensy. Now, what's happening there? We have a discontinuity. Let's connect these two together. Okay. I'm happy with this. So now all of the flight levels are programmed in because we've got the performance figures on. So all of these flight levels are now good. Awesome. So that should give us VNAV and LNAV. Right, let's start the plane up and get pushback. As for where we are in comparison to the runway, which is 18 right, I think we're flying downwards. Oh, we are in parallel with the runway. Well, hell and damnation. This is, see where this white plane is? I believe that's us. That's where we need to be. 18 right. Okay, so we need nose left, tail right. And then we're going to taxi all the way to here, up. There must be a route off here. There must be a route off here. I'm going to check little nav map just to make sure, because I'm going to want to travel up here and then go across here. But yeah, we're all ready to go. No, there's a couple of things I need to do in the aircraft, but nothing major. So we are at KAUS, and 18 right is right there. Okay, so when we veer off, it. Okay. This is different. Wow. So we're gonna, yeah, okay, I should never mind guys. Yeah, so we come up here, we're gonna take this taxiway all the way up here, we're gonna circle, and then we're going to take off south, and then we'll be heading east. Okay, so if we go back to the map, it should reflect that. Southern departure, and then heading off all the way over there. Fantastic. Okay, so anti-skid brakes to 0, set fuel flow, or reset fuel flow I should say. And the other thing I want to do now that I know what it is go back into takeoff, take a look at the V2 speed, which is 129. Okay. And I want to set the speed. I'm going to add 5 to that, I think. I want to set it to 134. Okay. Both flight directors to go on. Auto thrust armed. And let's get pushback. And let's get the chatter going. I'm going to decrease the volume though.
383, heavy 7,000.
I just kind of want it as background chat, really. Alright. Can MSFS do a lot of this for you? Right. Short answer is no. Some planes, like the default Airbus A320, you can start on the runway, right? It's not a study level plane, but if you start on the runway, everything will be fired up and ready to go. On these, you can, there's a couple of options open to you. Depends how much immersion you want. So if you want to make life a little bit easier for yourself, what you can do, if you don't want to spend any money, then you can come down to here. The Airbus and the Phoenix both do this, I believe. We go to menu and go to PMDG setup and load in a panel state. You can choose all the states that your plane is in when you load up the flight. So it can be on, let's say, ready for taxi. Okay, so you click that, and all the systems are powered up like we are right now. Although we haven't got our engines on, once we get our engines on, the plane will be ready for taxi. So this will put you in a state of engines powered up, or they should be powered up. Everything's set, all the electronics, everything's set correctly, ready for taxiing. This one is if you decide to start your flight on a runway. As I said, with the planes that you get in the sim by default, the Airbus, that'll be already set to go. This one is a study level plane, so it doesn't do that. So you have to come here and set runway as a state, and then load that state in, and the whole plane will power up. But it will not have a flight plan filed, and it will not have, probably, I don't know if it will have all of the takeoff performance settings set in that I just did. I don't know about that. I have not tried it. Maybe we can give it a try when we land. But if you don't have a flight plan, you know, there's a lot of information that's going to be missing from here. But yeah, you can do that, and I think in the Phoenix A320 and in the fly-by-wire, which is free, then you can do that. Now, if you want to spend a little bit of money, I think it's around £30, something like that. I have tried this, but I'm not a big fan of it, but it does work. There's a thing by FS2 number 2, FS2 crew, for this plane and for the Phoenix and for the fly-by-wire, where it's like having a virtual co-pilot, and you can literally command the co-pilot to do the flows for you. So you can say, you know, get ready for blah blah blah, and he'll start just you know, doing all the flows up here for you. The switches will do it all by themselves, and then I think you can even use voice as well. You can even use voice to talk to FS2 crew and just say, you know, prepare for taxi or something, and he'll do all these switches and stuff for you. That's a paid option that you can take up if you wish. But otherwise, yeah, you can start this plane in different states, like I am, starting it in the United States. But yeah, okay, so that's a good thing. I nearly missed setting up all the fuel pumps here. Do we have fuel in the center? No, we do not. It's only in the wings. Only in the wings. And so therefore we do not have to start the center fuel pumps. We're good to go. Okay, so we are now on APU, so I want to have a look at the APU voltages. You can't really see them here. They are in green, but they're not very well. As soon as the engines are on, we'll switch that over. I don't know if changing this will do anything. Very dim to see that, though. Right, let's get pushback. So into the menu then, we want to go into flight sim actions, and we want ground services. No, we don't. It's in pushback. It has its own separate thing. So we're going to select the tug. 262 meters, I think that is, to the taxi line. I actually don't know what the distance is to the taxi line, which is there. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. We want standard L, and we want to turn the nose to the left. Nose left, tail right. Yeah. Okay, we're good, right? Let's go. Let's fly, baby.
We've been cleared for push and start. Tail to the
Oh, I didn't put my decision altitude in. I'll do that now. And the ILS frequency.
push, tail to the right.
I'll do those two things before we get on the runway.
5,000 FedEx 383 heavy.
Okay, the moment we start to get pushback, we will begin firing the engines. Sunny shades.
Brakes released. Here we go.
Oh, okay, so we are, and it's going to turn all by itself and all on its own. All right, so let's go and ground power on the right and ignition. Okay, so now just waiting for N2 to rise. Why do I get the feeling I've missed something out here, guys?
Heavy heading 360. Heading 360.
What have I missed?
Fifty-five 38, speed 210.
Slow 210, Scott 5538.
Why is it not powering? This will be down to something really stupid. Fuel pumps are on.
5538, turn rating 090.
APU is on.
090, Scott 5538.
Engine's not powering, guys. Kepasaki.
Complete. Park and brake set.
We'll slow to 250 and expect 2810 on our shuttle 6118. Thank you.
Shuttle 5118, did you have anything else?
Well, this is a new one. What haven't I set?
3 to center, maintain 7000, maintain 250 knots.
7,000 below 259, so 2093.
We've got low pressure on the engines. That's fine.
383 heavy, to speed to 210. Low 210, FedEx 3.
Maybe it won't go until the emergency lights are down. Which is a stupid thing to say, but you know, I don't know. The jets aren't firing up, guys. Oh, okay, I might know what it is.
Let me say 5000.
Okay, let's start the sequence again because APU bleed. See, I told you it's going to be something really bloody stupid. Okay, so waiting for 25% APU bleed. Jesus God. Fundamentals. Right, 25%. We'll inject the fuel into the engine. There we go. That's pathetic. It doesn't have an orange light on it, you know. Orange lights, you want them all extinguished. Okay, cool.
109 heavy, order 12 o'clock, 25 miles.
Okay, let's set the flaps then. Flaps are dipping. Oh man, what is wrong? Didn't set the APU bleed. Yeah, well done. Okay, are we on? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so engine 1, good start. Switching over to the... No, I like to leave it until we've done both before I switch the APU off.
133.62.
Alright, engine numero uno.
118, depart Cato, heading 360 for the approach.
So, yeah, but as I've mentioned before, N2 is the, well, we'll go through that in a second. Waiting for 25%. And a fire up. No. So N2 is basically your jet here, all your jet inside. N1 is your fan here, which will start to spin up. So there you go. There's your N1s. Alrighty, beautiful, beautiful.
0,000, maintain your present speed.
So decision altitude or minimums. Right, we set that here, up here. As you can see, it says mins, so we're going to switch over to mins. And the minimums is 321. So that should appear somewhere down there. 321.
5538, heading 30.
I don't know whether you set this now or whether you do this. I think you can set it now. It's not relevant until you come down anyway. What did I say it was? 391? 321. Okay, that's set. Switch it back to barometer. And also we need to set the ILS frequency so we can pick up the ILS when we come down. And that is 111.1. Set. That's on standby. We'll flick it to active as we get there. Alright, I'm happy. You guys all happy? Because I am. Let's go back to the menu. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this thing out of here.
3 heavy, turn off at 360. Left 360, FedEx 383.
I just now need to follow the taxiways, which I'm just setting up right now. Don't want to follow the wrong bloody taxiway. It's an easy path, but I know me, I'll get it wrong.
10 left, thank you.
Okay, that master caution button is still lit up, but it doesn't have anything displayed. It should go off. So I don't know. We'll switch it off manually, and if it comes back on, we'll address it.
Jazz 124 traffic, 11 o'clock, 5 miles southeastbound, heading out to unknown.
Well, that took a little bit longer than it should have done. Right, so we'll just squirm our way through here. What I've done as well is turned off the in-game ATC voice, so we will not be hearing that at all.
Over 92 Lima, radar contact 6 miles southeast of the Orestes Airport, radar 3015.
So we're going to turn at the very last opportunity where the grass is. So this is the first time I've flown this 737-700 since I got the 800. And when I got the 800, all of the other two planes, the 700 and the 6, also were updated with this new kind of like any improvements that were made, you know, were passed on to this plane too. So it looks like we're going over grass here, so that's what that grey line was. I'm just launching FS Realistic. I want to see if it works okay. If it gets on my nerves, I'll switch it off. Adds a bit of extra cockpit wobble, I believe. Right, so I think it's just a case of following this up and then taking the first left that we come to. Yep. Nice and easy with the solution. Yeah, look at the airframe wobbling. That's just FS Realistic. So I have two more buttons that I want to press before we take off, and I really hope that they engage. "89 passengers going to Pensacola." 88. Oh, it is 89. Yeah, it is 89. I thought it was 88. 89 passengers, two pilots, and a few crew. Oh. What are they called these days? If you don't want to do a gender like by saying air hostesses, what are they called? Flight crew? Is that the term now? Is that Austin, Texas in the background there? Guess it has to be.
Idaho 33, what's that for me? Idaho 33 was over the top of midfield now, and Sirius descending southbound out of 3.
I want to make sure that LNAV and VNAV are going to work before I step onto the runway. Okay, 18 right is where we're supposed to be. So, I think they've redesigned the parking brake as well. Yeah, look. But that's they haven't redesigned it. What it is it's different because it's part of these new cut-off switches. I'm not going to bother with these numbers with my flight number. Right, if I've got everything correct, that should work, and that should work. Okay. I'm hoping that this is going to go off at some point. I think when we take off, this goes off, and then we re-engage it. This goes blank, and autopilot can... Well, I think it goes blank when you engage autopilot, and it all goes automatic. Okay, so holding down the actual normal wheel brakes and disengaging. There we go. Let's get ourselves onto the runway. Yeah, you could fly one of these, Bondoodle. Just watch one of the videos where I'm not fumbling. See, if I do a video, I wouldn't be able to live stream myself doing a cold and dark setup. Because if I make a mistake, it would be no good. But if I was to do a tutorial, I could set up a video where I do a full cold and dark start with the whole process, like everything, like flight planning, sim brief, putting sim brief into the plane, so you've got your flight plan. Like I could do like everything, but it would have to be on a video so that I can edit out any errors, mistakes, stuff like that, or redo it. I remember working on a Thunderbirds game. Oh, awesome! But I stuck the Fireflash plane into MSFS many years ago. The cockpit was on the tail. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Fireflash was a big long plane, as I recall. All right, are we ready for takeoff? I would think so. So what we're going to be doing is just basically powering up the engines until they reach 40% here, and then we will let go of the brakes, and then go full power and up into the sky. And brake off. Power. Release brakes. And once we get a little bit of speed up, and full power. Give me everything you got, darling. Everything. Checked.
V1, rotate.
And we are up. Positive rate and gear up.
1054, traffic climb 3 miles northwest down to 264,600, Pacific maintain 7,000.
Reducing flaps to 2. And now retracting flaps. Oh, what lovely scenery though. Okay. Let's engage the autopilot, and that takes the speed out.
4 Charlie Charlie, maintain 5,000.
See you later, Austin, Texas. Reducing to climb power, as you can hear. There's Austin, Texas in the background. And this was where we were. And then we went along here and up. We taxied up here. And then we came down here and took the hell off. And now the autopilot gets to do most of the work as we climb through to 18,000. It has to go to 10,000, I think, yes, because we have... Can you pop down a second? Mind you, we're supposed to maintain 5 there. I should have put 5,000 on my thing. I'm not quite sure it gets this 5,000 and then 26,000 in 6 miles though. Yeah, we're already being very naughty, guys. We're being very naughty. And I'm not convinced we're doing the right thing here.
Before Charlie Charlie, turn left heading 010.
Okay, what I want to do is I want to bring this hook to the top here. And I want the plane to go, there we go. Now it's meant to be, oh, 5,000 or above. Okay, so we are good. We're fine. So the plane's holding at 10,000. Oh, that got reset for some reason. I think we're just going to make our way all the way up, actually.
Horizon 2415, contact approach 126.9er.
Horizon 2415, connect.
Connect.
Once you come out of this turn, if it doesn't increase its altitude on its own, I will execute a level change and make it do it.
American 2319, agency to 210.
Very cloudless day today. Visibility is excellent. Okay, I don't want you staying here at this altitude, so I'm going to execute. I'm going to try and do an altitude intervention here because I think that's. Is it going to do this? Yeah, the LNAV was off.
Right, and 6,000, right, 2497.
Okay, I want you to execute this, please.
2497.
Up you go. Altitude intervention, what that does is it has the plane do what you tell it, but it doesn't disengage the VNAV, where level change would. But I think you're only supposed to do these for smaller altitude increases. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure the difference between a level change and an altitude intervention. Hey, Steve Zodiac! How are you doing, sir? Welcome. Hope you guys watching have all had a good day today. Right, where's the right, so as for blinds, we've got that one and we got this one. Obviously the same on the other side. We can block out the sun for myself or for the co-pilot if there was one here. I'd like to have a visual of a co-pilot here, that would be nice. But also we have the clippable shade as well, which sits down here, and then we can move that along the rail. Oops, I guess I shouldn't have clicked it there. We can move this along to, well, wherever the hell we want, really. But I think it would go around the rail here, and we can just keep it there, or take it all the way to there. And of course the co-pilot has one in his seat, which if I can, that's it. And if we go outside, we should see them. Oh boy, this is a big aircraft. Okay. So yeah, you can see the orange visors up on the sides there, and the green one on the front in front of my face. She's a big bird. Oh, I think I may. Do I have cameras? Do I have cameras now? Oh, yeah, we got cameras, guys. Put those in. I think they work for. I think they work for all my 737s. Let's have a look what we have. So we've got the wing view here, and then we've got the nose over the nose view. Then we have the other wing, which I think you can adjust. So, for example, if I want to. If that's an internal camera, yeah, so if I want to adjust that to say there, I just have to remember what key I pressed, which I think was, it was Alt 3, So if I press Control Alt 3, it'll save that view now. Keep it keep it updated. So let's say this is view number 4, right? So if I press 4, I get Alt 4, I get this view. Okay, but if I come back a bit, so that we're inside the plane, but also I don't want that flashy wavy stuff. So if I want it there, then I do Control Alt and 4, and that's that camera view saved. And now if I go back away from it and then back to it, it knows where we are. Oh, we are turning. You see, this is a cool view, but I always like to have the window there, just to know that you're in the plane, you know. For me, that's a better view. And 5, I don't know why we're getting these panels, but yeah. Again, check that view out. And you can actually look up and, you know, we have a full plane interior here.
After ski air direct world down to flight level 190 in the Skyway 3826.
Okay, I'm going to nip back into here. Right, somebody's having a whinge. Cabin altitude. Oh shit. But we set this. It's set here. The pressurization system is... Well, that's the flight screwed, guys, because I don't know how to get this back. Oh, I know. I didn't put the packs on after taking off. But I'm not sure that can be reset though. That was my fault, didn't put the packs on. Now I don't know where to put the valve. I had this before and I had to cancel the flight. See, look, we've got a failure here now. You can't change this now. Are these needles moving? Because I want... Okay, it is. But this one is not the one I need to move. Is the little needle going down? If it is, then the beep should disappear after around... I'm going to guess 8,000. Let's see what happens. It looks like... Oh, thank God for that. Okay, so it's, yeah, 9,000. So the pressure is dropping. Auto fail. So this is given out. Well, let's go to manual mode. Do you know what's cool though? Is even though I forgot to put the packs on, I knew what it was and I fixed it. This is our altitude, cabin altitude. This is the altitude of, and this is the pressure, altitude pressure inside the cabin. So it's equating to around 4,000 feet and dropping. So I reckon the passengers have all been asphyxiated right now, so they're screwed anyway. But, you know, we'll just have to bring 89 asphyxiated corpses back. So pressure difference limit. Yeah, so these are all now going into acceptable ranges. There's our 37,000, which is what we should be, it seems like we're at now. Turn the APU off. It's been a while since I've flown. You forget stuff. Okay, so this looks like it's settled at around 3,200 feet inside the cabin. That's fine. Me having a stroll around, looking out the windows, and all the passengers are. Oh, come on. Yes, as soon as I saw the cabin pressure light, I thought, oh God, please don't. We're not at 37,000 yet anyway. And then we have a big straight line from TNV to LSU, 246 nautical miles. And then we'll be somewhere between LSU and SJI. We'll be reaching our top of descent and then starting to descend the plane. And the next flight constraint is Kyleb at 26. Cool. Rusty is happy. Plane happy? Plane looks happy. Right, which was that nose shot? No, that one. No. Oh, compass. Did we turn the light on here, I think? Is this the one with the compass light? Yeah, there we go. Can't see it in the daytime. I'm looking. There it is, number 2. Don't know why you would sandwich it in between the two wing views, but it's okay. It's got the windscreen wiper here, which you're not allowed to put on when it's dry. You are not allowed to do that. No, because it can scratch the glass. Right, now that we have no beeps in here, see, when this is up, it can get right in the way of this thing. So, on the subject of flight simming, X-Plane 12 has been released, and I have downloaded the demo, but I've already seen a video of somebody playing it. Now, like X-Plane 11, while I'm sure that the flight dynamics are very good, no question there, it is obvious, no surprises, that the graphics are not going to match the MSFS. It's not even a contest. The graphics in this game are just, or in this sim, are far superior, but we expected that. But graphics isn't the be-all and end-all. But there is a plane that you get with the demo, which is an Airbus A330, I believe, something like that. And I think a Cessna as well. I haven't actually ran it. I've got it downloaded, but I haven't actually run the thing. It's the demo will run you in at 22 gigabytes, and you get you only get the Seattle area for that, and that's 22 gigs full install. So imagine You only get the Seattle area, and you can only fly for 15 minutes at a time, which for an airliner isn't really that great. I don't know if that it's just flight time or if it includes, you know, all your setting up and everything like that. But the one thing that was spotted on this video was a major F up. It's either laziness or, if it's not laziness, it could be laziness. It's one of the two. In the Airbus, remembering it's an Airbus, okay? It's an Airbus. It has one of these, an FMS panel. Airbuses don't have FMS panels. They have MCDUs. So, why there is a Boeing FMS in an Airbus, I don't know. That is a bit weird. What's going to be on the back of it? A Cessna propeller, perhaps? It's weird. When he was on the video, I didn't notice it at first. They were showing us, you know, the first screens and stuff, the initial screens, you know, like here and stuff. And I hadn't even realized that, yes, it's a Boeing, it's a Boeing flight management system, but you're actually sitting in what's supposed to be an Airbus. So, yeah, take of it what you will. However, the price of X-Plane 11 has come down to half price. I think it's like 23 pounds on Steam at the moment, which is, it's not a bad deal, that, you know. But when you download all of the world terrain and textures and stuff, that's a lot of gigabytes. I'd rather use up those gigabytes on airports and airplanes for this thing, if I'm perfectly honest. I am very happy with MSFS. And another thing I found strange with X-Plane is the wet weather. At night, I saw a screenshot of X-Plane 12 with the ground all wet and puddles, and it was at night time, and there was I guess the Airbus was in the shot, and it looked frigging amazing. It really looked incredible. I thought it looked fantastic, but I did notice a pattern where the puddles would all be in lines. They'd all be like in lines up the runway, which looked weird. And then again on this video, I saw that it was raining, and again all the puddles gathered in lines. Like, it's a bit like you would equate it to perhaps texture tiling on a planet in Elite Dangerous, for example, you know, where it's just, yeah. So I don't know, maybe I'll do a little video of X-Plane, but it's going to be weird flying with what looks like an Airbus cockpit but a Boeing setup thing. I mean, I should still be able to do it because I just mix my knowledge of the two things, so it shouldn't be an issue from that perspective. But it's a little bit weird. Okay, so we are at top of cruise now. So I want to switch this up to there. And when we get to LSU, I want to be looking at the METARs for Pensacola. Who's left? We've got 3 people. I've got 3 people that I haven't bored to death. So Who are you guys? Or maybe I have bored you to death, but you're still hanging in there like an endurance. Who can last the longest with a rusty flight sim stream? Who can go the longest without either falling asleep or just saying, F this for a game of soldiers, I've got better things to do. Cynical bastard, aren't I? Hi Andy, I figured you might be one of them. Yeah, I know flight sim's not the most popular, but I like it. I wish we had some, you know, weather to deal with. Maybe a bit of wind, maybe a bit of rain or something. Yeah, so this new OBS here has got a full-on dark mode. The problem, unless it can be changed, is that the lettering, the fonts, they're all a little bit bigger. And so everything's taking up just a little bit more room than usual. And apparently the stream elements, what do you call it, plugin, doesn't work. Yeah, let's have a look in the settings. Maybe there's a settings for font. If I go off stream, guys, then I've buggered something up. No, I don't see anything. I'll have a play with it a bit later. Yeah, this is no, they tend not to do upgrade paths. Although, when you buy X-Plane 12 though, you will get X-Plane 11 for free. But I'm not quite sure what the point of that is, other than the fact that X-Plane 11 is more established and therefore has more mods. Do we see where we are in the world, guys? We take a look. Let me see if I can set this up for you guys. So if we go to window, where is it? And set that to little nav map. Okay, so I'm just going to transition over, and then I'm going to ask it to center on the plane and zoom out. So we're going near Thicket and Bragg. Saratoga is coming up onto our right now. So if we take a look out of the right side of the aircraft, can't see too much from that view. What about, where's the other one? There it is. Saratoga is on our right wing now, so I guess I have no idea what the distance to it is. I don't know if it's all the way over there, if that's it. Some weird goings on here. Is that cloud? Can you see this thing bobbing up and down here? What the hell is that little thing? So yeah, Saratoga, and then coming up to Kunza, and I think there's going to be a small airfield on the starboard bow where the Klingons are. Oh, there's another plane alongside us, and it's just beneath us. Can we see it? I don't see it. See any flashing lights, guys? I don't see a thing. It's a little bit lower than us. It's at 35,000 feet. I don't see it though. Let's step outside. No, I don't see it or its contrails or anything. Alright, let's see where we are, guys. On here. Got 154 nautical miles remaining. So top-up descent will be... Can we see it on this thing? Yeah, there it is. So this is 80, 160, 240. So about 250 nautical miles, and then we begin our descent.
202 after you roll out on top. You give way to one end there from your
So that would be... So 150 here, so we're remaining at flight level 370 when we get to LSU, and then we'll run LSU for about 100 nautical miles, and then we'll start descending before we get to SJI. There's LSU, 150 something away, yeah, 147, probably about right there. So we're good for now. We don't have to be worrying about anything going on in here, as long as it's not beeping. And let's see, that plane is still alongside us. Is it descending? Nope, it's not. It's staying at... I wonder if we can find it with the drone. I don't see him. Thing is, I don't know how far away he is. Let's have a look on the scale of the map. Where's the scale? Oh, there. He's about... Oh, okay. He's about 15 nautical miles to our right-hand side. Yeah, he's 50 nautical miles away. It should be here. If little nav map has it on the screen, then it should be here as well. He's a little bit in front of us. Is he flying quicker than we are? Oh, he's descending, I think. Slightly. Maybe not. No, maybe not. He's gone down to 34 and back up to 35 again. I would say he's a bit too far to see. Nice smooth frame rates here, I would say. So the next thing we're coming up on the flight will be... Nothing really there. There's no places here that I can say that would be maybe of any relevance to anyone. I mean, there's lots of things around us, but you know, tiny little towns and stuff like that, but nothing. There's a town of, looks like a town, Sulphur.
Quick 1443 heading 265, 27 left, clear for takeoff.
I apologize. Someone just stood up in the back. Get pushed to 43.
Alright, we're all having fun. Break out 1443. Hey, hold them position, 27 left, let me know when everyone's going to see.
Alright.
Yes, MSFS is the pretty version, I would say. What apparently, yes, it was mentioned that in X-Plane 12, if it's raining, that I find the rain a bit weird as well. The way it streaks up the windscreen, it's like it's one continuous stream. I don't know how realistic that is, where in MSFS you kind of get the dots on the screen, or drops. So you get the drops on the screen, they don't streak with movement, as far as I can tell. They do on the side windows, but I don't think they do on the windscreen. And also, the windscreen wipers, while they work, they don't wipe water away, which is a shame. I hope they get that working. I think I forgot my point now. Oh yeah. So if you're in the Cessna, which has a single propeller, then when you start the propeller up, if it's raining, then it stops the rain from hitting the. If you're flying, with the obviously the propeller will be going round. If you're flying, then the rain won't hit your windscreen, or it'll go over the cabin because the propeller's not letting the water hit it, which is what you would expect. So that's a cool thing in X-Plane. It's a well-researched sim, don't get me wrong. It does things better than MSFS. I don't know about ATC, I don't know, but I hear that the flight dynamics tend to be better than, but again, what are you comparing it to? The stock planes that you get? Or is it still better than the study level airliners, or like the DC-6 perhaps, the Airbus, the Boeings, or any study level general aviation aircraft? I don't know how they compare really. I think you'd have to be a real world pilot with experience in those things to know which sort of feels better. The thing with a flight sim is you don't get that feel that you get with sim racing, because in sim racing you have force feedback through the wheel, and that can translate a kind of a rough idea of what the tires are doing. The force feedback can translate when you're losing grip on the back, when you're losing grip on the front, especially with a front wheel drive car. The wheel will just go very light and you'll know that you've lost grip on the front and it's pushing. But with a joystick, there's no feel there. You don't have it. I know what this does have though. If you come to try and stall this plane, the yoke will do that rattle, and it'll rattle the yoke. It will do that on this plane. I found that out once.
Skywest 3968, heading 265, number 27 left.
Should we go in? Let's take a walk. Take a walk on the wild side. Dun, 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 dun. Please touch the screen to continue.
6202 ready? Ready to go. Excellent. You want 6202, only 27 left, miles away.
How small am I? Ladies and gentlemen, please note the emergency exits here, here, and here. Your seatbelt has got a buckle on it, just like the one in your car, and it goes into this little metal bit here, and you clink it in. These are our first class people. There we go. Nope. I'm doing The Exorcist, but I still... Oh dear. I think it's because I started on the right-hand engine. I can't seem to move my head round to the right. And these are the economy. Hello, peasants. Couldn't afford first class, eh? Maybe next time. Maybe work a little harder.
Piedmont 6202, turn left, 230, and 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Yes, madam. Excuse me, is there a vegetarian option? Yes, there is. You can piss off. That's your option. What do we have back here? This all reminds me of like the metal cases they used to bring school dinners in.
American 889, only 27 left, line of
There's a reason for this tape on here. I think it's so it can be seen from the outside on the ground and know that the door is. I don't know there is a reason for it. It's something, and then it gets released. There's like a lever down here you can pull to open the door. Maybe it's because it's classed as an emergency door. What about the ones over the wings? Are those modeled in? I actually don't know which ones they would be, or if it's even modeled into the aircraft. It's got to be coming up here. That's it. Exit Salida. Yep. This serves as a door. What are we doing here? See, I have to keep this low. It doesn't help otherwise. So TD just over 160 nautical miles out. So we can bring this down. And it should be popping in any moment. This is our current wind. We have a tailwind at the moment. Cool. 53 knots of tailwind. Hey, we're getting pushed, guys. We might have an early. We might be arriving early. You know what I didn't do? I didn't start the chrono. I didn't start the flight time. Where do we start it anyway? Is it? Oops. Right, chrono. Oh, I don't know what the hell I've done now. Reset. Yeah, but is that just lit up? Is that what that is? Oh, now it's running. So this is obviously minutes. But we've been in flight for God knows how long. Okay, so you would start this just as you take off, I would imagine, right? Or is it just as you start taxiing? One of the two. Just to time your flight. You'll know if you've had a good one. Oh, and guys, right, check this out. Check this out. If you have a failure on the landing gear, okay, so let's say you drop the landing gear down and nothing happens. So your option then is manual. I haven't actually tried it. You can do it, by the way, but I haven't actually tried it. But even when you go manual, you're not guaranteed to get all you're not guaranteed to get all the wheels down and locked. You might get one on the nose and one on the right wing, but the one on the left wing, well, that might not lock down. And you can set failures here, but I haven't seen one for the gears. It gets into detail, but I thought, I don't understand all of the failures because some of them are a bit jargon to me, but, oh, wrong one, but I would imagine that to set up failures for the landing gear, it would be, oh, we have a failure active. It would be hydraulics. Right, there isn't one for landing gear. Oh, pressurization. I think, can we reset this? Wait a minute, was this an error that was I'm sure it was my fault for not setting the packs on. Let's clear that. Please don't mess up. Okay. If I go back now. Okay. Anyway, so let's assume your landing gear didn't drop because you've had a failure set or something. You know, you programmed a failure and it did not drop the landing gear. And you're descending. And you can see the runway. Now what do you do? Well, it's here. If we just, let me pick the right view anyway. This one. Okay, so we want to be here. And then we just pull back. And right here. And what you do is you pull each one. I'm not going to do it because that's going to... Yeah, I am not going to do it. And then, of course, once you pull these, I think if I had to guess, I would say, yeah, there's your alternate gear extension, right, the nose, and the left. So, yeah, you pull all three. It's like a big wire, and it just pulls up. And then it's between the plane and gravity. That's it. That's all you have to rely on after that is gravity. For these, I think the handles will open I hopefully open the flaps, and then it's you know, it's up to gravity whether the gears are going to drop all the way down and lock. They have to lock as well, I would imagine. I wouldn't think that just going down is enough. They have to lock in place. So that's where that system is, and it is functional, but I ain't dropping it. Because what happens if I pull the nose one and it pulls the nose down now, right? And then I come here and I drop the landing gear and then raise it again. Would it go back up? Because we don't actually have a failure on the hydraulic system. Maybe after we get to Pensacola we can do a quick turnaround, set the plane state to runway, just take off, bring the landing gear up, and then just try the manual thing and see what happens. Reset MCP altitude. Already? Oh, buggeration. What's the distances? Yep. See, not paying attention, guys. I'm bringing it all the way down now because the rest are just constraints. I want to bring it down to 2.6 and then I'm going to measure where we are. Okay, so 2.6. Why 2.6? Why 2.6? Because that's our next constraint here at Kyleb. So if we look for Kyleb here, oh, it's actually going around in a circle. Where is the distance here? I hope we didn't time that too badly. I want to see now when the plane thinks it's going to get to where's Kyleb? Alright, so let's try and get to Brat. Is it Brat? Yeah, it is Brat. So Brat, we want to be at 11,000. Let's go for that. I want to make sure I'm kind of where I need to be. It hadn't even started descending. Okay, so we need to be 11,000 by Brat. Well, there is where we're going to be at 11,000, and it's before Brat. So we're good. This is way off. This diamond needs to be in the middle. We're way off our flight path. We're too high. We're too high. Hence, this is This is us, and this is where we need to be. So we're too high. We need to bring this back down. So look at the plane, 4,200, 4,300 now to get itself. So at this rate, it should bring itself down nicely. Man, look at the descent rate. Steady on, go. Man, sometimes the ground just looks so real. Is this like a beach all the way across there? There's a runway. No idea what that is. Looks like a beach running all across there. Yeah. Oh, we're running into some cloud here as well. We've had clear skies all the way. Oh, look at that. It's about to get cloudy. I have no idea what the weather's like at Pensacola, but we can find out. Let's find out. Do it from here. If it's here, maybe we're a bit too far away still. I could find out on my phone. What it's like. See, now we're not going to make this altitude. You see? So what we need to do is tell the plane to descend faster. So I'm going to increase it to double the descent rate. And now that's going to bring us back in line here with Brat. A bit too much perhaps. I just need to get us back on the correct flight path and bring that diamond back up into the middle. That looks pretty much where we need to be. So yeah, I'm telling the plane now just how fast to descend. It's the only way I can do it. Once we're back, see that number's going down. Good. Once we're back on target, I'll let the plane do the rest. I'm guessing this is how many feet over or under you would be. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, baby. The line's not enough. I need the diamond to go up. Is this I don't know whether this line means it's a prediction. The prediction of where it's going to be. Here we go. Oh no, I know. Yes. It isn't. This is what it looks like. It's a diamond with two big long legs. When it's getting itself right. Come on, stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Oh, now it's okay. Okay, we're descending a bit too quick, I think. Okay, I need to know the meta, and I don't know what it is. So, quickly going to find out. Where's my app? Flight radar, no. What's it called? Airport info? No, I don't think so. Weather. Avia weather. AVIA. Avia weather. Okay. So, gonna go plus and type in KPNS, Pensacola Municipal. And it is 1016. Let's get that programmed in right now. So we'll have to switch to hectopascals for that one. Come off standard mode. And we want 1016. There we go. I'm going to switch the frequencies over as well. Altitude has been acquired. Fine. So now, what I'm going to have it do is switch over to VNav and then drop down to .26. So now the plane should stay on target, I hope. it's got VNAV altitude. I'd prefer it to say VNAV path, but I think that's what it should say. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can reduce the descent rate. You just play with the VS. You can put it into plus or into minus, depending. But we are apparently too low at the moment. I'm not quite sure why. We've got to drop down like 9,000 feet within the next, what, 11, 22, yeah, okay, that sounds about right. I'm sure the plane knows what it's doing. And then we've got these as well, picking up, I think this is for the, I'm not quite sure what that purple is. It's either the localizer or it's something to do with this thing. This is dancing up and down all over the place at the moment. We need to zoom in, this is way too big. So, the plane should start descending now. I really would like it to descend. We need to be at 2.6 by the time we get to here. Now VNAV is on speed. We're going pretty slow as well. It doesn't match the speeds here. We're supposed to be doing 240. Jesus, man. No, it's not in one either. Okay. I could do speed intervention. Oh, okay. It's going back to 240 now. Now, is this the final turn for the runway, or is there something else? Can't quite make that out. No. See, this is our go around. This is the runway, so yeah, final turn then. Oops. Okay, so seat belts on. Ding! Still too high though. Going to have to intervene here. We may need to add some drag if this plane's not going to slow down. I'm not confident about this, guys, if I'm honest. I'm going to apply some drag because I need to slow this damn thing down. Also switching to flaps 1. I'm not confident of a landing quite yet. Okay. Flight path should be okay soon. Yep. Okay, we got the plane slowed down. So, back on VNav, and we go approach. Okay. Flaps 2 and 5. Please start going. Yes, come on, descend. Yes, it has the glide slope. Ah, is it? That doesn't guarantee us anything, though. This, I think, is the runway. Right, decision altitude is in. ILS frequency is done, obviously. Approach VREF not selected. Oh, bugger. You know what? There's a thing I need to find out. And I can't remember which damn screen it's on. I thought it was on the descent screen. And it tells you about all your flap settings. There we go. Flaps 30, 124 knots. That's what I want to be. Flaps 30. Right, landing gear is down. We have 3 greens. Where's the flipping airport? There it is. It looks like we're a bit off. Take a screenshot of that. Looks kind of cool. If I don't do anything, the plane will land on its own, I think, but I need to try something. Auto throttle off. Nope. I still don't know how to cancel that autopilot noise. I might have stuffed this.
Approaching minimums. 100. Minimums.
Continue.
30. 20. 10.
Oh, swine, we're back in the air. Okay, that took a couple of goes. Shush, stop beeping. Doesn't like me applying all the power. Okay, so no push back to gates. Or, well, not push back to gates, but request taxi to parking. None of that crap here. Man. The reason I think we bounced back up in the air was because I was coming in a bit too quick. I'm still concerned about why... Oh, and I didn't apply any... we didn't need it, but clearly I didn't put any auto brakes on, which I should have done. And I should be putting my taxi lights on now, so let's just pretend I'm doing that. Yes, autopilot. Why is it when I disconnect autopilot? So I made sure this time to disconnect auto throttle first. But why doesn't it just... It's supposed to go beep, 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 and that's it. Just 3 beeps to let you know you've disconnected it. But when I do it, it keeps beeping. I'm going to have to ask on one of the groups to ask why. Is that the airport over there, that building? I'm heading to it, so I hope so. Welcome to Pensacola in Florida. I didn't check for planes on the runway because it wouldn't matter. There's no collision. Yeah, so when I land, I engage reverse thrust, and then there's some point when it does a beep again, a sound. Maybe I'm slowing it down too much, or I need to release it. And then when I release reverse thrust, it beeps again. I'm not quite sure why I'm getting those.
826, reporting for taxi. That's us. 826, spot 2, ground 49. Spot 299. Who else is 20 Ram?
American 956, push 24.
Is that Charlie 24?
Charlie 24, requesting push, American 956.
American 956.
I've got a light aircraft taking up a parking space, so I think I'm going to have to go to the other one. Now one of these lines is for the Boeing. That's the Airbus A320, 777, 747. Ah, here we go, B737. So we're almost on it. I've nailed the bloody taxi line now, I'm right on it. So it's the first line we want. That'll do. Okay, hand parking brake is on. And what I should have done as well while we were taxiing. Problem is I'm so busy when I'm taxiing I don't bother doing this stuff because I just don't have the time to think about it all. So we'll set the APU on.
Ready 826, runway 9 left at kilo 6, via kilo 6. Tower frequency to default short of kilo for now, and have the flight.
Just wait for the blue light to come on in the middle. You can see the APU powering up there. Okay, so passengers can now take their seatbelts off. Axe can go off, we're on the ground now. You don't need to worry about pressurization. Anti-collision light can go off. That blue light should be popping on anytime. And we're going to switch onto the APU generators. And now we can power the engine down. What the hell was that? Engine 2, engine 1 offline. Requesting ground power. And requesting stairs. Probably not going to happen. Oh, of course, engine inhibit. Okay, I keep forgetting. The engines are still powering down, so you cannot request the stairs until the engines are powered down correctly. And we'll request the bus. Maybe that will allow us to deboard. Deplane. So deplane. Let's see what happens. Let's get the baggage handlers here. And I want to stop this bobbing up and down with FS Realistic. There we go. So we only brought half the baggage then, because the baggage was also in pounds. So we were lighter than we were supposed to be. I believe we did a flight that was quite less than 1 hour 55, because we're only 2 hours and 11 into the stream, and look at the time I spent setting up. The weather here not as good as in Austin, Texas. Decidedly more cloudy here. I'm going to switch the APU off now. We'll just acquire ground power. Just waiting for that back door. Oh, okay, I have to open the doors. Fair enough. Waiting for me. I do apologize. These middle ones are the ones over the wing. We don't want that. Okay. Not letting me open them. That's bizarre. They should have opened with the stairs. Okay, ground power is connected, so let's get that done. Why isn't the thing opening? Maybe I need the APU running to open things like stairs. Oh, I hate this. Okay. Right. So deplane. So passengers are getting off, but there's no doors open. Cute. Okay, let's just do that then. None of the doors are opening. It's absolutely bizarre. It says connecting, but I don't think it's going to manage to connect until the doors open. Do you have to open the doors first and then do the stairs? Let's find out. We can see it. No, nothing's opening. Well, I don't know, Thomas. It depends on the flight time, really. Could be anything. Depends what continents. You know, like Europe to America would be, again, depends on the plane. Concorde would be 3 hours, and something like this plane would be around 6-7 hours. There's no point with the stair thing. I do not understand the doors. Right, so I'm going to try something. If I can navigate my way there. I've sent the bus away as well, but that should have nothing to do with anything. Cargo doors are not opening. Do we need the engines on for this or something? I don't bloody believe so. It's not like it's hydraulics. Bugger me why the yaw damper keeps switching off. The plane does that on its own, and I still haven't understood why. It's like I've got to ask more questions now on the forums. Okay, so no stairs are now attached, right? Okay. Oh. Okay, extend the air stairs. Nothing. In my mind, this has got to be a bug. I should be able to close and open doors whenever the hell I feel like it, really. No, it's not pressure. Shouldn't be. No, we're on the ground and the pressurization. Well, maybe it's switching this to auto. Because it was on manual, wasn't it, before? Not quite sure what this is. Does it think we're at 20,000? I wouldn't have thought it was pressure. We did have a fail, didn't we? We had to go to manual. I think it's this needle, yeah. You might be right, you know. Maybe we need for this pressure to drop, because I don't think this is correct. This is cabin altitude, and it's reporting that it's at 17,000 feet. I don't know if there's a way to speed this up or not. It is dropping though. Yeah, I know what you mean. No, yeah, I know. I'm just watching. See, the pressure that it thinks that it is outside. I think maybe because we had it on manual, it wasn't resetting or something. So now we're depressurizing. I think you might be right. So once that difference comes down to an acceptable level, it might open the door. And then we'll test the manual. Well, I'll answer your question, Von about starting the plane from like on the runway and stuff. And also we'll test the manual gears, manual undercarriage. So if I had to guess at safety for passengers, then I would have to say, because the plane thinks it's this height, so I would have to say at least 9,000 feet for that needle to get to before it may allow us. It's bizarro. That's the recirculation fan off. I don't know whether that will inhibit anything. It doesn't. We've got an overheat. Yeah. Okay. This will be an interesting experiment though, because the plane's on the ground and it's sat at 130 feet above sea level, but according to this instrument, the plane thinks it's at currently like 12,000 feet, or at least the outside of the plane. The cabin, it knows where it is, but it thinks that the plane's at 12,000. That would stop the doors opening. I would imagine. But I want to sit and wait and see what happens, because I am very interested to see if that is actually the issue. Feel diff pressure. I'm feeling a different pressure. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think we're getting into a range where it would be safe to open the doors once we drop under 10, I think. Is it still dropping though? Is it? Is it? It is, I think, but it's slowing right down. Let's get back to here. Not yet. I mean, it's true that the passengers are out anyway. It's not letting us do anything, is it? This is a very interesting scenario, I have to say. What do you mean is Alt 0? That's the button to cut off that horrible noise we were hearing before. The plane is the runway is 121 feet above sea level. So we're a bit higher up, so we're sitting in the plane, we're sitting around 130, which is what it says on the altitude, on the altimeter. That diff field pressure light's gone out. Does that mean we can open the doors? No. We've still got all the baggage on board. Well, half of it. We did leave the other half behind. But diff field pressure's gone out, right? Or field diff. And I have no idea whether it's got anything to do with cabin pressure. Alternate flaps. Okay, what are we at now? 5, 6, 7, 8,000. I think we're getting into the safe range now. But I don't know what the parameters are on this plane. And as for this valve, I don't know whether having it open or closed helps. Not what I wanted. Let's come back to the menu. Yeah, but it did let us attach the ground power and the stairs while we were at supposedly 20,000 feet. So that was clever. Okay. But they're going to release this without opening the doors. How absolutely frigging bizarre. I'm sure if we requested stairs, the back door wouldn't open. Can't see it happening. Just doing a quick look online, guys. You should always be able to open the doors when chocked. We are chocked in the FMS actions menu. Can't open cargo door not working. Cargo door not opening after latest update. Confirmed. This is on the PMDG webs forums. But they're only talking about the cargo doors here. All other doors are operating normally when I click open. Okay, so a thing I can do is to remove the chocks perhaps, and then put them back on again. It will shut the plane off, but how are we on pressure? Around 6,000. I don't know where it's gonna. It should drop all the way down until the needle is at 12 o'clock. It's just taking its damn time. But yeah, it's an interesting thought, definitely, about pressure. Not quite sure what this line is either. But yeah, we know the airport runway is 121 feet because it says so on Navigraph, and so obviously we're just a little bit higher than that. Okay. One more time. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, if I can do it. This is going to knock the power out for a second. We'll get rid of everything. I don't give a flying monkey about the bags. We'll just have to pretend that they're off. That's normal because it's craving for power. What's up with you, old girl? Get your doors open. Come on, go away. They do take their time. There you go. Being driven by nobody. GSX would fix that. And they both don't go away at the same time. When this one's gone, then these will start shifting away. Let's see if we can stop the here. That one doesn't do it. The only one I can think of is this one. Oops. Oh. Just leave it. Oh, meanwhile, all the pressure's going down. I mean, what do they think? If we open one of the doors that everyone's going to get sucked out like Goldfinger? This is a third-party airport, by the way, guys, so we may be able to go inside. Has everybody gone? Yay, okay. So all we have to do now is request ground power. And when he connects up, which won't take very long at all, we can apply ground power and that noise will go away. Connecting. Put the plug in, lad. Put the plug in. Come on. do the locomotion. Okay, ground power is now on. Let's engage that. Cool. Now, don't forget the pressure has dropped. So if the door's open now, I won't know whether it's because I have kind of sort of reset this or because it was pressure after all. I'd like to think it was pressure because it certainly does make sense. There's no doubt about that. Oh, you bugger. Nothing. Oops, did not mean to do that. I wanted to go to page 2, go back, doors, next. I've never opened the equipment hatch. I just frigging well don't know what the hell. What the hell is wrong with you, plane? You crazy thing. This is absolutely crazy. Ground maintenance. Yes, come and fix my doors. They're just not working. Put some hydraulic fluid in. Or and some engine oil and some reset the exhaust gas temperature. Service the APU motor. Probably burned that out. Please open the doors. It doesn't matter whether there's stairs there or not. They should still open. Okay, let's... No, it won't work. I was going to say let's bring the jetway over, but it's not going to work. Alright. We'll never find out. So, what we'll do in Pensacola Airport on the runway and take off very quickly and then pull the manual things. I've got to be going slow though, I think. I have no idea where this is, but KPNS is Pensacola. Want to be runway 26, that doesn't matter. Yep, fine. Let's change the livery to... what the hell I downloaded that for? I do not know. We've got an old Delta. What's the other ones? What's the other, like American Airlines, Delta Airlines Sky Team. Go with that one. Okay, so we're going to start on the runway and we're going to be all cold and dark and empty, and Ryanair wouldn't make sense in the US. Outside altitude would be above sea level. Do you mean on the dial? Okay, so we're on the runway. We should be taking off and we're not. However, I can't power the plane up because I don't have ground power. Oh, it is available. Oh yeah, because it's the way it's configured. Okay. No, down. Go here. Battery on. You shouldn't be doing this on the runway. Illegal. Right, you little twallop. Oh yeah, now you're open on the runway. No. Close the door. See? We can just do it. I don't know what the hell it was thinking. Okay, so first thing we need to do is remove the chocks, because this state... Actually, let's not remove the chocks at all. So we go to panel state, and you would want to choose takeoff or runway or whatever. Okay, now, before I click it, there we go. Loading panel state, and as you can see, look, it's put the flaps on for you. It's powering the plane up. Is it going to rain? Looks like it's going to rain up here. We should be getting panels lit up at some point. APU will come on, I'm hoping. APU's not even on. Is it going to power the engines? It's set up this. I've never tried this format though. All those are down, the probe heats are down, hydraulics are down, fuel pumps are all on. The packs are on auto. That's probably where I should have left the damn things. But the engines are not going to start without APU bleed. But they are functional. The engines are powered up. I guess it just allows it to be that way. Okay. Can you turn a... Yeah, you can turn APU bleed off after the engines are fired, so that's fine. And it's darker here, so we can see this now. We want to be on Gen 1. Okay. See, these are the outputs of the engine on the left wing. And then these... See, the right wing's only putting out 48 amps, and this one's doing 49. Don't care. Right, so we'll get it off the ground then, and then we'll keep the plane at 130. What's the heading? It's programmed it in on its own. Yep, 261, that's the heading of the runway. So we'll fly up to around, let's say, 5,000 feet, 130, and then we'll drop the undercarriage manually and see what happens. I reckon it's... I don't know if it is going to rain or not, I've got no idea. Okay, so I should be able to just hold down the foot brakes, which are these two pedals here, and it should release... Oh, the parking brake's not even on. Okay, it is now. Right, so when I press these pedals, there we go. And if you don't want to use the throttles, you can just hit this screw and it gives you full power. I don't know what it's done on the FMS about performance figures. Has it programmed any in? Yep. Anyway, it just says 80 knots. It's not going to call out a takeoff, but I can guess it. Not quite sure how much weight's in the plane though.
Positive rate of climb.
Okay, gear going up. Reducing. Now, I'm not going to bring the flaps all the way in, I don't think. I'm going to leave them on flaps too. See, you see this? A130? That's because we are flying above this speed, I believe. And then if it's a B, it'll look like an 8. But if it's B, it means we're below that speed. Let's level off here, I think. So we've got altitude hold, which is going to be here. Can we do that right now, or do we need autopilot? Okay. Okay, so altitude hold. And now it's bringing the speed down, hopefully to match this. And our altitude is going to be held at... Let's go down to there. Where are we? 3,000? 1? Fine. Hold it there. So I'm leaving the... Because we're slow... Oh, we're actually at 200. I was going to say, I'm going to leave the flaps down just a little, just so that the plane is stable at slow speeds. Okay, so you can see the undercarriage is in. And the plane is trying to slow itself down a little bit, but we're fine. Okay. Let's do this. Trying to figure out which button. This one. So we're going to do them one at a time. So let's pull the nose. It is coming down. Has it locked into place though? Yes, we have a green. Okay. I can't reach it from here. I'm going to have to move. Okay, so let's pull the right wing. And we want that to go green. See, now
Airspeed full.
let's increase the airspeed. Right gear is down. It doesn't like the fact that it is down, that's why it's red. Or maybe it's red because it was manually pulled. Could be that. And finally, and there we go. And we should have hopefully a positive lock. But the question now is, oh, okay, they were red because all three weren't down. So now I'm going to go to, oh, why have they gone up again? I'm not quite sure why they went up again. Okay, so we're flying at quite low speed. What's the camera number? 4. Let's pull the nose wheel on its own. And we'll just do that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this down to the off position. Okay, good. They should all really come. Ah, no, it doesn't bring any down. It doesn't bring the other two down when you bring that down. Okay. Let's command it to go up. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Do we now need to bring them all down then in order for them to go back up again? Let's pull the two wings. Good evening, Brian. Hi, Chozo, SR388. Yeah, well, we've done the flight already. We're just testing out the manual gear thing. I just can't bring myself to press the right bloody buttons. Okay, bringing this down to off. And down. Okay. Now, landing gear. Up. Nope. Okay, so now the landing gear won't come up, so I wonder if it's because you need to close this door and it resets everything. Because remember they just disappeared, the wheels, before? I didn't bring them back up that I know of. No. Oh, here we go. Right, so once the door is closed, then they will come back up when you pull this lever. Right, let's pick up some speed. Okay, so we're going to just gain a bit of altitude, gain a bit of speed, and the flaps are retracted. In the meantime, what's here? Obviously nothing here. What about the performance? Yeah, it doesn't know the position of the plane, so there's no GPS setup. Nothing. Gross weight. It doesn't have any performance figures for the flaps. Yeah, so it doesn't set anything up on here. If you just take off directly from the runway with the preset, obviously nothing would be programmed. It doesn't even put some like default information in based on the default weight. Nothing. Interesting. It hasn't increased the altitude, but it has increased the speed. Right, let's get the autopilot off. Why? Why are you carrying on? Why you keep beeping at me? Oh, I know. I might know, guys. I think I might know. Let's disengage with this button. No, you little swine hunt. Why not? Anyway. I don't know why it does it. Okay, so I have the plane. Let's have some fun.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Full power. Let's see what this baby can do. Yes, I don't know why the autopilot just doesn't do the normal 3 beeps for disengaging autopilot, and that's it. But it doesn't. We're running out of fuel. We've got problems with the engine. We're going into the Hudson. If we were to set a failure right now, random doors. I think we've already had that, don't you? Engine. Programmed. Engine 1 severe. Oh, go back. Engine 1 flame out. Active and armed. Where's the flames? Can we confirm that engine 1 is dying? Well, yes, the power is dropping. So we're only flying on one engine. There is a plane you can get, a third-party plane that does have the fire, the flames coming out the back. Okay, we're banking now. We need to. So I'm going to increase power on the other side to make up for it. And you would probably have to adjust your rudder as well, I would say, to compensate for the plane. And now you would obviously want to call a mayday. Even on VATSIM, I don't think they bother with maydays. They just say, okay, land it yourself. Do what you have to do and land it yourself. It looks like we have power here, though. What did disappear was this bottom bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we have an engine dropping. Engine is definitely failing. Engine fail. I want to see flames coming out of it. No problems, One Doodle. Have a good evening, sir. I'm not going to be long myself, actually. And this looks like a real plane, the way it's all flashing. And so now I would try and get the nearest airport and say, bring us down, get us in. Although, why has my engine power gone back up again? It's all alright again. Okay. Maybe flame out is just something temporary. Engine 1, severe damage, active. Go. Now that's an engine dropout. That engine has definitely failed. Oops, I'm banking over here. So power on the right engine then to compensate, and also now what you would try and do, I guess, is refire the engine, right? Can we? Come on, you stupid thing. Let's repower the APU on. There, see, the generator is out here, there's nothing. We'll get the APU up to speed. Hey Aquatic, how are you, sir? Nice to see you here. We have an engine out. Engine 1 is failing. Yep. N1 is 0, that is the fan, and this is the turbine. So far, I'm not even having to adjust the rudder. Would the autopilot work with an engine failure? Nope, not even remotely interested. But actually, the engine should not be able to power up because, literally because it says severe damage. I'm attempting an engine start, but severe damage would mean you've had it. It's a failure. It's not going to restart up at all. Can we do the other engine then? Just for fun. Engine 2, severe damage. Activate. Go. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. We're on APU power now, are we? Okay, what was that thing? Maintenance door. I don't know what that is. Okay, we have a double engine failure. It's evening here, Aquatic. Grid penalty. I need to get under the clouds so that I can see where the hell I'm going to put this thing down. Obviously, I'll be checking charts and stuff like that to see if there's any airports. It doesn't know. I haven't even got the IRS done, so I don't even know. It doesn't even know where we are. Like we don't have a reference airport. Okay. Maybe it does know where we are. Okay, next thing is to just bring the plane down and keep it slow. Can't see any runways. I don't know where our runway was. I suppose I would identify it by, oh, it's here, by flashing lights. Normally when you see places like, is there a, I bet that's an airport. Let's go straight by it. The plane is not happy, it's a sick puppy. Yeah, look at those fans, they're not even moving. We have to put it down on the highway, guys. Okay, so we are using speed brakes, and I'm going to go flaps. Oh, they're not going to work, are they? No, no flaps, guys. Because we need engines and hydraulics for that. So, see, the backup instruments will function even when these go down, or if those go down. We've got those, but it's not the problem here. I'm going to follow this highway. Just bring the plane down slowly, but then we'll need to cut speed. But if we do cut speed, the problem is that we'll fall out of the sky. Can you imagine if we just found an airport? I don't think we can make it. I'm unarming the speed brake. I don't want to cause any more drag at the moment. Please drop. That's the wheels.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up.
Shut your face. I have no idea what this is.
Sink rate. Too low. Terrain. Pull up. Too low. Terrain.
Wheels are down for sure.
Too low. Terrain. 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 Too low. Terrain.
It's a highway.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Flaps.
I haven't got any.
40, 30, 20.
Oh, we just cocked the side of that bridge. Oh, you bugger.
Climb. Positive rate of climb.
Do you know what? I think we would have been alright there if I hadn't just hit that bridge. My back wheel just caught this bridge here, and if we landed here, do you know what? I think we'd have been okay. Okay, we would have hit a few cars. I don't know how we would have braked though. If the brakes are still working, I would suppose. But yes, I fully believe that had this, which one would it be? This one. Had this wheel not clocked this bloody brake, we would have been able, we would have touched it down. Yeah, you see there, the guardrails? That's what happened. It just clocked onto that. Oh, nasty boys. Yeah. I honestly think if we hadn't, it would have just touched down. Oh, almost. We almost had it. Some anyway. All right, guys, there we go. That is Austin, Texas to Pensacola, Florida in the PMDG Boeing 737-700 with Delta Airlines. It was a decent trip. We had to make adjustments on the way coming down, but we did, and we got it down. A bit bouncy, but we got it down. Yeah. Just couldn't get the doors open, but it was fun nonetheless. So guys, thank you for watching. Take care, and I will catch you on the next stream. I don't know what you guys want to see, whether you want some SnowRunner or... In a couple of days, I've got a Hitman elusive target as well, coming in around 60 hours, I think. So we'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, okay. You got any thoughts about what you want streaming or what you want to see, just leave it in my Discord or something, or in a comment on the video and let me know. Till then, have a good one. Take care. I'm out of here.